bruh. So what's up, guys? This is Snarled Sundays and Mr. Nightmare reaction video. So this same video, right? It's gonna be on the playlist of Mr. Nightmare and my playlist of Mr. Nightmare and what's it called? Snarled Sundays. So yeah. So guys, we got this 3 illegal. I don't know what that word is. Legit, whatever. True paranormal. Did I say paranormal? Did I say paranormal? Man, I ain't ready for this. Man, I ain't ready. Okay, guys, so let's get. Hold on, let me stop getting hype. I'm getting too hype. Okay, let's go. Oh, heck no! I'm telling you, I'm not ready for this. I ain't ready for this. I'm telling you, I'm not ready for this. Guys, I'm on Google on my Xbox, so that's what the clicking sound is, so, okay. I forgot my dang on password on Prodigy. Forget you, Prodigy. Alright. I'm telling you, bro, I'm not ready for this. Just get out. Alright, guys, I need something to drink.
27 years.
Alright, let's
we
go.
share. Never had anything severely strange or abnormal happen to me in my life. But there was this one week that I experienced this strange series of events. It started on what I thought would be a normal night like any other. I was in the kitchen washing the dishes before getting ready for bed. Suddenly, a plastic cup came crashing to the floor, and the sound of it made me jump and spin around from the sink.
Get out the house! Get out the house! And guys, I'm probably not gonna make a video until Christmas. So, guys, I'm telling you, this is my last video. I'm for real. This is my last video until Christmas. Alright, so I know. That's why I'm doing 2 videos right now. And I might do a video after this. Like after I upload this, I might go and do another video, so yeah. And guys, y'all saw my Xbox videos of Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. I finally did it on full screen. But I kind of miss doing it without the screen, like putting like something right there and let it sit on it, and I kind of miss it.
Saw the blue plastic cup bounce a few times, then fall dead on the floor. This was one of the cups that sits up top the cabinet. I knew it had to have been sitting upright though. I had no idea what kind of force could have knocked it off the cabinet. It made no logical sense. I picked it up and put it back on the cabinet. That wasn't the last strange event that night though. While in bed with the blinds shut, there was suddenly a strange, very faint glow in my room. It came through the blinds. I flipped over onto my side and tried to peek under the crack at the bottom of the blinds, but I couldn't see anything. Honestly, as weird as it was, I was so comfortable in bed and was too lazy to go lift the blinds. I dismissed the light as something like a street light having a new bulb or something. I know, a little ridiculous, but at the time I had no reason to suspect anything paranormal. The next day I was home alone when James was at work. It was a dark...
That sound scared the crap out of me, bro. And Silver Shane 3. If you Silver Shane 3, you change your, I don't know, you probably change your what's it called? your username SilverShane3. Well, yeah, I think it's Vegito or something. If you still watching my videos, comment, cause I never see your comments no more ever in my videos. But I think I think Gator Murder gonna do the same thing I did from that thunderstorm straight. Tomo song. Dun dun. I'm like, what the?
Stormy day, and the house was constantly rumbling from the thunder. So when I heard a cup fall from the kitchen, I associated it with the thunder.
What is you
I went
still
to the
doing
kitchen
in
to
the
pick it up
house?
and realized it was the same blue plastic cup I'd carefully put back on the cabinet yesterday. There was no way thunder could have knocked it down from where it was. I put it on the counter and stood there, confused, a bit shaken, looking around the kitchen, not knowing what to think. As I was standing in the kitchen, I heard a creak in the floor above me. The room above me was actually my bedroom. I went to the stairs and called up for James, but I instantly remembered he wasn't home. Maybe it was the thunder.
Get out! It ain't nobody. Get out!
Just for peace of mind. I went up the stairs to my room and turned on the lights, given that all the rooms in the house were dark due to the weather. My room is square-shaped with 2 big closets. The room was clear, as were the closets, so I shut the light and went back downstairs. That night, when James got home, I had a discussion with him about the strange events that had been taking place. He said he hadn't been aware of any of it. Still, nothing that happened up until that point was extremely unusual. For the rest of the night, things were normal. I fell asleep with ease. I awoke at some off hour in the night. It was still dark. I checked my phone. It was 2 in the morning.
Oh, for real.
I rolled back on my side and shut my eyes. I heard the distinct sound of a finger tapping on a window.
Get out!
My throat. I didn't know why someone would be knocking at my window, but I didn't want to see who could be out there. But for some reason, it took me that long to realize I was on the 2nd floor of the house. Therefore, nobody could be on the outside of my window. I pushed the sheets off my body and flipped to face the window. There was no one standing there on the inside, though.
That's a
I
demon.
lifted the blind, and there was no one outside either.
Why would you even open them?
I knew that I heard what I heard, and I knew I hadn't been imagining.
Even though somebody wasn't right there, why would you even? I don't care if it's a visible person or an angel or a demon. Why would you even open the window? I mean, if it was angel, you can. But if it was demon, right? It was a paranormal thing, right? It was like a spirit, an evil spirit, right? Why would you open the window? Like, why would you open the window, bro? You talking about so you open the window?
Dreaming it. I ran to my brother's room and started freaking out. I don't know whether he believed me or.
No, don't go to your brother's room. Go in here and go back in your room and get messed up.
Not. Quite frankly, I don't think I'd believe me if I hadn't experienced it. I slept in the living room that night, and it's been 3 weeks now without any paranormal incidents.
That's even more worse.
Supernatural until this happened.
That's even more
Coin and
worse.
bottle prank.
What the freak?
Alright, yo, Shorty, check this out, dude. Magic. I'm gonna make this coin go inside this bottle. No way. Watch this. Ready? Boom. Bam. Bop. Okay. Bada bop boom. How's this gonna look at it? Look. What? Pow! Why would you do that?
I swear these TikTok ads be funny. And guys, if y'all want me to react to my TikTok videos, just put in the comment below.
I once took a road trip from
If
New
I
Hampshire
get
to
5
Florida.
comments, if y'all want me
I
to
had
do
to
it.
stop at a hotel to sleep overnight when I was
The
about
5
halfway
comments
there.
that'll be about
It was some old, somewhat dilapidated hotel that rested off the highway on a quiet road. There were like 2 cars in the parking lot, so there were definitely not a lot of guests. The lady at the front desk was very robotic and seemed bored with her job. She seemed to fit the atmosphere of the hotel perfectly.
Y'all got a comment down below in this video and saying no or yes.
The lobby was full of tacky chairs and tables you'd expect to find put out on the curb. The wallpapers were all dated and equally tacky. Didn't matter though, I wasn't staying there for the luxury. Just for the night and for the convenience. It was late when I checked in, so when I got in the room, all I did was take out my toothbrush and brush my teeth before jumping into the hotel bed. I turned out the lamp next to the bed and tried to go to sleep, not looking forward to the long day of driving I had ahead of me the next day. Suddenly, there was a knock at the door. I looked at the bedside clock to be sure that it was almost midnight. I went to the door and looked through the peephole. Apparently the peephole didn't work though, because I couldn't see out into the hallway through it. All I saw was black. I looked down at the crack under the door, but didn't see any outlines of feet blocking the light. So I opened the door just a little bit to peek into the hallway. When I didn't see anyone standing in front of the door, I opened it fully and then peeked down both sides of the hallway. It was clear. So I had to suddenly question if someone in this relatively vacant hotel was pranking me. I shut the door, locked it with the bolt this time, went to lay back down in the bed. But then it happened again, a knock at the door.
Get out, bro!
This time I jumped out of the bed, ran to the door, and checked the peephole again. Shockingly, all I saw was the empty hallway outside. But it hit me. This time I could actually see through the peephole. I unbolted the door and opened it. No one. I looked down both sides of the hallway again, and there was no one. This was where I drew the line. I grabbed the key to the room and went to the lady at the front desk. I told her someone kept knocking on my door, and politely asked her to check the cameras to see who it could be. She said they didn't have cameras in the hallways. Her reaction also wasn't what I was hoping for. She seemed very calm and disconcerted with what I told her.
What type of hotel, motel, what apartment? What the heck type of apartment is that? What type of thing is that? What type of talking about some they ain't got no security cameras in a dang on hallway? What if somebody break in and pop your junk in the head? Dang. And then they gonna be like, they gonna be like, and that's when your parents gonna get the suing on people and junk. But guess what? They can't, cause they ain't had no dang on security cameras. And this is the dang old company for. They should sue the killer. They should sue the dang old company. That's what they should. That's who they should have sued. That's who they should have sued. The company. That's who they should have sued. Not the killer. Well, the killer, he can be everywhere he want. Everywhere he want. And then after you sue them, after you sue that company, you can worry about the killer. But before the killer, worry about that dang on company. Talking about some ain't had no dang on security cameras in the hallway.
She said in a calm voice there was only one other guest in the whole building. Then she just stared blankly at me. I'm not sure how she thought her response properly acknowledged my concern, or what she expected me to say, but I could tell she wouldn't be of any help with the matter, so I left her and went back to my room. I locked the door with the bolt again. This time I put on my headphones and put on one of those 10
Did you close your door before you left? Did you close your door before you left? Cause if you didn't, you dumb. You is dumb as heck, bro. If you didn't, you dumb. I'm just saying what it is, bro. You dumb. That dang can be in your dang on hot. I can't get on Prodigy. That dang on. Bruh, never mind.
Or sleep relaxation videos on YouTube. This would not only help me get to sleep, but block out any possible future sounds from whoever was deciding to mess with me. And it worked. For a while, at least. Eventually, I flipped from my side to my back, just looked around the room. My head froze when I was staring at the corner. I sat up to try to get a closer look at what I thought I was seeing. I swear it.
But yeah, guys, I will be scheduling a live stream on DBX2 TV. y'all, my second channel, I'm scheduling a live stream, so it will be with the time that's gonna be on. I'm gonna schedule it today, right? But it's gonna start on Wednesday. So yeah, cause I got a whole bunch of junk I need to do. I need to put face cam on the Xbox. I need to record on the Xbox. I need to make the live stream. Alright, so yeah.
Looked like a giant humanoid figure, like a 10-foot tall human, standing right in the corner, head to the ceiling. When I put that image together in my head, I felt a sudden rush of horror in my body.
Oh!
Across the bed to flick on the lamp, but when the room lit up, there was nothing in that corner of the room. Simply sat there with my heart beating, probably.
That's some
200
lights
beats per
out.
minute.
That's some lights out type junk.
I gave myself a couple
I
minutes to
hate
calm
that
down
movie.
before shutting the light back off and laying back down on my side. I still had the headphones in my ears.
That movie
playing
came
the
out on my
relaxation video.
birthday, bro.
It helped calm
Lights
me
out.
down
That
a
one came
little
on
bit.
March the 21st.
I didn't last even 2 minutes without sitting back up and examining the room again, however. And there it was in the corner, what looked to be a 10-foot tall humanoid figure. I crawled to the edge of the bed to get as close a look
Stop
as I could.
playing, Mr. Nightmare. Boy, you playing too much, bro. You got my heart beating off the hook, bro.
Practically shitting myself.
Me too.
What I was sure was a long arm at the side, moving. I dove to turn on the lamp again, and the corner was empty again. I didn't stick around that time. I packed up my few things in a matter of seconds and left the room. Gave the key to the woman and said I'm checking out early. She didn't even say a word as I stormed out that front door of the hotel.
She don't need
I
to.
continued driving
She
until I
can
found
stay there and
another
get
hotel,
clucked up.
where I fell fast asleep with no supernatural disturbances.
Clucked up. She can stay there and get clucked up. And guys, if y'all go to a hotel on your birthday, motel, whatever, and they got a swimming pool, like if on your birthday, because I know my friends at school, they said they were gonna go on the hotel, motel, and a swimming pool for their birthday. But before y'all move into it, right? Ask the people, did any creepy stuff happen in there? Anybody die? Any accident happen? Or if they have whole dang on cameras. Security cameras. And security guards. Not even one, I want 3. If it's 2, I guess, but if it's 1, that ain't good. You know, it could probably be like 5 dang on paranormal demons and junk.
As a kid, I had a bedroom on the first floor. Money was a little tight, and our mom was taking care of 4 kids. I was the youngest, so I had the little room. My room was next to the living room, a small square room with wood flooring. There were 2 big vents in the floor in this room in 2 opposite corners, and also 2 vents in the ceiling. My bed took up half the room. Like I said, it was a very small room. I'll keep it short and straight to the point. I was 13 years old doing my homework on my bed since I didn't have a desk in my room when I heard a child's laughter. I went outside my room to look around the living room and kitchen for any of my siblings. Everyone seemed to
Bro, what is you doing?
be upstairs though. Usually in these kinds of stories, you hear people say they just chalk these kinds of things up to their imagination. But that's stupid. I definitely heard that laughter. There's no way I imagined something so clear. I continued my homework, but with one ear perked up listening for any other suspicious sounds. Eventually enough time passed that I was able to move past it. In fact, it seems it was just about when I was able to get over it that I heard it again. The child's laughter. Or more so, giggling, I should say. This time it went on longer. It wasn't coming from outside my room. It was somewhere in the room. I figured one of my brothers were hiding from me. I followed the sound of the laughter, strangely, to the corner of my room. Then I looked down at the vent on the floor. It was coming from inside the vent.
Break the... Boy, you better get one of your shoes. You better take off your shoe, throw that junk out the window, and your shoe gonna be outside. It's gonna be waiting right on you. Then you jump out.
Got down on my knees and pressed my ear up to the vent. There was no more giggling at this point, though.
Somebody can grab your
There was a silence for a few seconds. I lifted my ear from the vent and then put my eyes up to the vent to get a peek inside. It took me a second to realize I was staring at a pair of eyes looking back up at me. I shrieked like a girl and screamed for my mom. She came storming into my room.
Oh, heck no!
Gone, as were the
Stop
eyes.
playing!
My mom thought
Stop playing, bro. You doing too much. Bro, you doing too much, bro. You ain't gotta add all that crap on it, bro. Stop doing too much.
I refused to sleep in that room.
Doing too
So
much,
she let
bro.
me sleep in her room that night.
You don't
I
know
went out
somebody
for a week,
nephew
actually,
probably
before
watching
she
this
put her
with
foot down.
us.
I spent the next 4 years in that same bedroom before we moved, and nothing paranormal ever happened to me since that one particular night.
And you still live there? Oh, congratulations on 4 million subscribers. But you still live there, though? You still live there, and I would have moved the same night. Doing too much, bro. Wrong with these dumb people. Okay, I will be doing 3 snarl videos because Mr. Nightmare was 3 stories. So yeah, let's go.
She isn't human. Hey, I'm Sapphire. Want to hear something scary?
I already knew it's scary. Hey.
We live in the age of information. Answers to everything and anything are available to us in an instant. And yet, there are still so many things in this universe that cannot be explained. In these next few chapters, I'll be sharing the most puzzling, creepiest, unexplainable events that really happened. From unsolved crimes to common paranormal experiences. Our first story is about a young woman.
Oh my God, God, I just picked the wrong story. God, it's the last paranormal.
Who checked into the
Before I even start the video, after this story she read, after this one, I'ma watch the whole thing before I pause the video, cause this junk is, bro. It's the bro.
Cecil Hotel and never checked out. The Cecil Hotel in downtown Los Angeles has been around since 1927, and since its doors have opened, it has had a very dark history. At one point, it housed famed serial killer Richard Ramirez, who murdered his victims in his hotel room. There have also been numerous incidents of guests jumping out windows and other unsolved deaths, just like the one I'm about to tell you. In January of 2013, a young woman named Elisa Lamb flew to Los Angeles from Canada and checked into the Cecil Hotel. She was first placed in a hostel-style room, which she shared with another guest. But after 2 days, the front desk got a call. Hi, I'd like to make a complaint. The woman I'm sharing a room with is acting very odd. I don't feel comfortable. Is there any way you can move her? So Elisa was moved to a room of her own, and that was the last time anyone saw her. During her trip, she kept in frequent touch with her parents back home. But when they didn't hear from her when she was supposed to be leaving Los Angeles, they became worried and called the LAPD. Around the same time, the front desk kept getting more complaints. The water pressure in the shower is so low. The tap water is all black. So a hotel staff member went up on the roof to inspect the water tanks. He noticed that one of them was open. He looked inside, and that's when he found Elisa floating in the tank. To this day, nobody knows how she got in there undetected. But there are a lot of theories. See, Elisa had bipolar disorder and depression and was on prescription medication to help keep her in balance. She kept a blog where she wrote about her struggles with her illness and seemed to be very open about it. The most logical conclusion is that Elisa was off her medication, broke from reality, and drowned herself in the water tank. Another theory is that she was playing the elevator game. The elevator game is a ritual that originated on a Korean website. When performed properly, you can supposedly be transported to another dimension. In order to play, you need a building that has at least 10 levels. It's best played at night since you need to be completely alone. You enter the elevator and go to different floors in a particular order. Once you reach the 5th floor, a woman will get on with you. Whatever you do, don't look at her or speak to her. She isn't human. When you reach the 10th floor, you exit the elevator and enter a new dimension.
I ain't playing
You will
it.
still be in the hotel.
I thought it was a fun game, but
Exist. Be careful. In this dimension, your cell phone won't work, and you may feel disoriented and even faint. If you wake up without taking the proper steps to come back to our world, strange things may happen. So what does the elevator game have to do with Elisa Lam? After news spread of her bizarre death, a surveillance video from one of the hotel elevators went viral. It showed Elisa acting very oddly in an elevator, pressing random buttons,
This
talking
real?
to seemingly nobody. Was she playing the elevator game? The Cecil Hotel has since rebranded itself
This
as
is
Stay on
real!
Main. They can change their signs, but they can never change what happened within its walls. So, what do you think happened to Elisa? Is there a reasonable explanation?
I don't
Or
want
did
to
something more
know.
paranormal occur? Let me know in the comments. Like this video if it gave you the chills,
Like I
and don't
said,
forget
guys,
to subscribe to Snarled and check
I ain't
out our
picking
other
this one.
videos.
I ain't picking no
And
more
if you dare to
paranormal.
follow me.
So guys, we got this babysitter worst nightmare story. I don't know. I just clicked on it.
Want to hear something scary? So a few years ago, there was a pretty well-off family that lived in a really big house in Newport Beach, California. A mother, a father, and 2 small kids. And one night, the parents
Maybe
decided
they're
that they
turned
wanted a night
like this.
out for themselves, so they hired a babysitter. She was maybe about 16 years old. So when the babysitter got there, the parents gave her a little rundown of what to do. And the mom pulled her aside and said, "Once you finish tucking the kids in, do you mind watching TV in our bedroom? The kids have been having nightmares lately and waking up screaming. And our room is right next to theirs, and so it's a lot easier to get to them." "Yeah, sure, I can do that." So the babysitter and the 2 small children waved goodbye to their parents. So after a few hours of watching TV, it was time for bed. And as she was tucking them in, one of the kids said, "Please don't let the clown get us." "Of course I'm not going to let anything happen to you." So she turned off the lights and went next door to the parents' room.
If I'm a babysitter, right, which is never gonna happen. Right. If I babysit, and if somebody say that, bro, I'm gonna be like, come on, get your covers, get your pillow, come on, you coming to my mama's house. You coming over to my house. That's what I'm doing. I'm calling the cab and getting out, bro. Then I'm gonna call the parents and be like, they at my house because I don't like no clowns. Yeah, you don't have to pay me. You don't have to pay me. No.
The mom had asked, but the second that she stepped inside, she froze. In the far corner of the room was a clown statue. Just a really lifelike, detailed, creepy ass statue. No wonder these kids have been having nightmares, she thought to herself. So she went and sat on the bed and tried to watch some TV, but she kept looking over at the statue. Was the statue looking at me like that before? It was way too creepy for her, so she decided to go downstairs to the living room and watch TV there until the parents came back. So she's watching some TV for a while, and then her phone rings, and it's the parents just checking in. "Hey, we're on our way home, just wanted to check in and see how things are going." "Everything's great. The kids are all asleep and in bed. I hope it's okay, but I decided to watch TV downstairs instead. Your statue was really creeping me out." I'm sorry, what statue?" "The
What?
clown statue in your room. It's really creepy, so..."
I heard of this story before. Everybody copy this story. I know this. But I'm shocked. It made a good thing on what's to call it. Dang, that clown could do mannequin challenge for good.
decided to leave.
But before all this even happened, but when she said, please don't let the clown get me, none of this would have happened. Because I would have took her to Miles.
The room. Get the kids now. Wait, what? Get the kids and get out of the house now. We don't have a statue. Just then, she heard screams. She dropped the phone and ran up the stairs. The bedroom seemed so much farther than it did before. She opened the door, but she was too late. So apparently there was a person serial killer.
That cold-blooded? Yeah, this is different. This is different because on the original ones, it usually like the clown will pop up behind the babysitter, but this one is cold-blooded. He killed the kids. Dang. Oh, yeah, guys. This last story right here.
Who's this?
Hey, I'm Sapphire.
Want to hear something scary? Hey! Hey!
And now we close this volume's final chapter with a story written by username Amethyst Lock. My friend Shelly sent me an email last week about her trip to Arkansas, where I'm from. We have been close friends since kindergarten, but she recently moved away for her career. Hey Sarah, I hope you're doing well. I know you're into all that horror shit, so I wanted to tell you about this haunted house me and Randy went to recently when we were in Arkansas. It's by some old guy named Mr. Wilkinson. He and his family decorate the house, and it has some awesome scares. Randy found this on Yelp and has almost all 5-star ratings by like over 100 people. The house is very small though, but I promise it'll freak you out.
You talking about the Draymond Green Yelp? Yep.
Address is 1124 Cherry, Highland, Arkansas. Let me know how you liked it. Love ya. Of course I was interested, so I called her up for more details.
Yeah.
First, there are going to be some cheap Halloween decorations out in the front, and some mildly scary stuff
What the freak
inside.
is that? Hold up.
Love ya. Of course I was interested, so I called her up for more details. First, there are going to be some cheap Halloween decorations out in the front, and some mildly scary stuff inside where you'll see some people standing completely still or laying down. If you walk slow, they will jump at you. It's a great scare, but if you get scared easily, just power walk through the house. It's not very hard to get through and exit to the backyard. Watch out for that fake blood stuff on the walls. It's hard to remove from your clothes later. But when you're in the backyard, that's where the best scares begin. Once you get there, you'll notice that there aren't any exits. So after 1 to 2 minutes of walking around, the backyard lights will go out and it'll be pitch black. A very large clown with bloody red teeth will show up soon and take you somewhere. And then I don't want to ruin the rest of the scares for you, so you'll have to see for yourself. So my friend Mindy and I get to this house on Cherry Road. We pushed the door open and it made a loud creak. We saw the cheap decorations outside the house, which were very lame and made me wonder why even bother with these. Once inside, we noticed it was a medium-sized room.
I went to like a dang haunted house like that before. I thought it wasn't scary at first. My mama took me. That's when I was at my hometown, Adrian, Michigan. I was born there. I was not born in Detroit, guys. I was born in Adrian, Michigan. Like, when we was in Adrian, Michigan, right? It was like this haunted house, right? We went in there, bro. We was like, it was a whole bunch of, then we had to go. It wasn't that scary. It's like zombies. It's like, and that's when it had the arrow and it said the basement. And it was so black down, it was so dark down there. But it was like we had to turn on a light, and it was the light like to mirrors. But it was a lot of dark still in there. It was kind of dark, and that's when we went in the mirrors. We saw like Bloody Mary, you know, like the Exorcist, like the girl with the gown, her hair like down there. She reflect through the window. Through the mirror, but you can't see her if you turn around to jump. Then you're gonna have to find the keys. Then you find the keys. You're gonna have to find your way back upstairs. Then it's gonna be like a back door. You're gonna have to unlock the key. You have to unlock the door with the key. Then it's gonna be a dude with it's a real chainsaw. I swear to God it is. I don't even know why they didn't even ban that jump. It's like he gonna say put keys right here. Then after you put the keys right there, and you walk over there and you walk 2 steps over and you about to get back in your car, he'll chase you, bro. I'm like, bruh. I was like, mama. Bro, I'm like, bruh.
See a whole lot except the carpet area because it was very dim. The only thing giving light was the television set. There was an obese man laying on the floor with vomit all over him. Next to him was a mannequin with lipstick and no clothes on. We slowly started to walk past him, but only thing on my mind right now was the clown with bloody teeth. We kept walking and followed the bloody trail on the carpet, which told us which direction to go. As we walked past the man, he made a very loud belch, which made me almost crap my pants. I grabbed Mindy and made a power walk over to the loud, staticky television set. It had 2 small red handprints on them. Next came the long hallway in which I could see the exit door to the backyard up ahead. Shelly wasn't kidding when she said it was a small house. As we slowly walked in the hallway, the clown kept appearing in my head, smiling with his crimson-drenched teeth. We passed a closed door with blood smeared all over it. We heard screaming inside that room and then a loud gunshot. The sound really hurt my eardrum, to be honest. They have had to use a real gun for this sound effect. We kept walking and saw a bucket of red and yellow paint on the floor with no paintbrush in it. So far, this house was excellent. I couldn't wait to get to the backyard. But a part of me didn't want to go because I didn't know what to expect. This clown with the bloody teeth was in my nightmare last night, and he's been on my mind ever since. We heard a maniacal laugh from the room we just passed. The loud and deep voice spoke while laughing.
Who's this?
Then we heard the sound of loud boots walk towards the door, and the handle slowly turned. Mindy and I were just about ready to scream and ran for it. We opened the door to the backyard and literally jumped the 3 wooden steps onto the grass. This was it. The moment of truth. I was literally shaking as if it was 10 below. The door which we came from shut behind us with a very loud thud. It was Shelly. I was shocked and happy at the same time, knowing that I had signal back here. So, did you like it? Pretty creepy shit, huh? Shelly, I'm gonna have to call you back. We just got in the backyard. But yes, this was one of the best scares I've had so far. So can I ask you, where is this clown going to take us? Oh no, you're gonna find that out for yourself. I don't want to ruin it for you. Well, call me back when you're done with the house. Bye! We waited. Minute had gone by very slowly. We can hear the crickets chirping in the distance. 2 minutes, 3, 4, 5. We were really getting restless on where this clown was. I hope he wasn't going to jump scare us from behind, so I kept looking back every few seconds. I called Shelly back. Hey Shelly, we're still waiting for the clown to show up, but while I still have signal, Minnie wanted to know once we get back on the street after we're done, from Cherry Road, do we make a left or a right on Hillview to get to the freeway? Did you say Cherry Road? This house is on Cherry Lane. What house are you in? Thanks for joining me in this collection of stories from the internet. Do you have any suggestions for future volumes and stories you're dying to hear? Let me...
Oh my God. You can't follow a dang old simple direct. Guys, I might do one more. Yeah, one more. This 4, so yeah. Guys, this is not snarl. It's a random video I found called Granny Horror Story. True Halloween Stories. So, yeah. This video probably like an hour. I guess. I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't put my intro in. I didn't have time to put my intro in. But I only could put my outro, and that's it, bro. I didn't have time to do intro, so let's get it.
My only friend, Teddy, and I were already sick of middle school. We had great plans for high school and could barely wait. In fact, we were going to make the football team in our first year and become the most popular guys overnight.
I made the basketball team,
I know.
for real.
However, we'd been practicing all day, every day in my front yard. Until one afternoon, the ball slipped through my fingers and landed right in our living room, breaking the window on its way. Terrified,
like,
I ran into the house, only to find our new TV smashed on the floor.
You really getting a
My
whooping.
dad was furious. He was a sheriff.
He about to whoop you. He
disciplined,
a
and
cowboy.
hard-handed.
The
I
sheriff,
got
he a
myself a job as a
cowboy.
newspaper
He about
boy
to
to
whip
repay
your
all the
junk like
damage.
you slaying
It
him
was
for a
his
slave.
condition.
Like,
No football until then, he said. I didn't dare to argue. It wasn't a hard job, to be honest. Just riding my bike around our little town and leaving papers on front porches. The worst part was getting up at 5 a.m. every day.
Dang.
Well, that and delivering papers to one particular house. It was an old mansion located a full 5 minutes away from any other house. To get there, you had to take a dirt road through the forest. And even though the forest
That is Granny house.
it was kind of
Hey
creepy
guys,
riding
did y'all
there
know
early in the
they
morning.
made Granny for what's it called? For a PC? They made Granny for a computer.
The
And
mansion
they got cutscenes in it. Like actual cutscenes before you get in the house. They gonna show you how you get in there and jump.
itself would be quite beautiful, with all those colonial chic balconies, fretwork, and roof tiles. I said would be, because when I first saw it, the house was pretty much decayed. The whole facade was rickety, as if the mansion was sliding right into hell. Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but the building truly looked horrible. Most windows were boarded up, while others were missing glass.
Guys,
So noticeable.
I'm gonna do another one. Since this is my last video until Christmas, yeah. So yeah, guys, after this story, I'm be reacting to this story. Hold up. This story right here, where the circle at. So yeah.
Holes in the rooftop. Walls were covered in black soot, as if someone had tried to set the house on fire.
Probably
I would
did.
have never thought
Trying
anyone
to
could
beat
live in such
Granny
a place.
Tail.
And I'd never seen any
I'm
lights
so
or
tall,
other
bruh.
signs of anyone residing in that mansion.
Hey,
Well,
guys,
except
do
a
y'all
brand
know
new
what I mean?
truck was parked near the house.
I put the basketball on the chair, and I'm sitting on the ball while I was on the chair. Y'all probably can't even hear me because this thing's so loud.
And someone would always pick up the newspapers I'd been leaving on the
Granny
front porch.
is
That
Granny.
alone gave me the
Hey,
creeps.
Granny, where the cookies
When I
at?
was
Where
hanging
the
out with
cookies
Teddy,
at?
I casually
I'm
mentioned this
on
to him.
chocolate
He looked
chips.
at me in shock.
I'm on chocolate
Dude,
chips.
the
I'm
witch
on-
house? Really?
I'm on
I
chocolate
thought
chips.
nobody lives there.
I'm on
Yeah, it's kind
I
of hard to
want
believe. I
Cookie
started.
Crisp.
Wait, did
I
you say
want-
the witch house? Teddy nodded with a weird excitement in his eyes.
Granny
He
a
hiccuped.
witch?
That always happened whenever he was agitated. Yeah, you know, the mansion. Ages ago, it was owned by some lady accused of witchcraft. She was lynched or something. Dude, how did you not know that? It's like the only interesting thing about this place. As he was talking, I started
Why
to
do I have like a happy
It was
song?
true.
This
The
sounds like
story
a
was
calm
handed down
song.
from one
You're supposed to
generation to
put like some
another.
scary sounds.
Teddy continued. Damn, I thought the owners might have abandoned it for good. My brother tried to break in there, but the windows were too high to climb into.
He
and
was
the
by
walls
your brother
surprisingly
dumb.
steady. Teddy hiccuped again. He gasped air in excitement and grabbed my shoulders. Dude, I have a great idea. We've got to meet the owners, convince them to lend us the house for one night, and throw a party,
Talking about
he
some
said.
dude.
What? I was shocked. Teddy would always come up with some crazy ideas, but this one had really taken the cake.
Yep.
How and why would we do that? Listen to me. We will throw the coolest Halloween party this crappy town has ever seen. None of those lame haunted houses in the school gym could compete with that creepy mansion. We'll invite all the right people. Jeez, man. We'll be legends overnight. This is our way in. His eyes were filled with crazy excitement. I honestly don't remember how I let Teddy convince me it was a good idea. But there I was, riding my bike, following Teddy through the forest. We approached the house. And
Don't
left
be
our
a
bikes
follower.
outside.
Be the
Teddy
leader.
stepped on
Be a leader.
the porch. I followed him, even though every bone in my body was trembling. He knocked loudly and opened the door. Hey, is anybody home?
What?
He walked in and looked at me. Come on, let's look around. I hesitated. Shouldn't we wait for the owner to let us in?
No.
Teddy chuckled.
That's even
Don't
worse.
chicken out now.
Bro, these
Right, 1, 2,
ass.
3, hot pepper challenge. Here we go. Oh, Kane, I see
John?
you're wearing a red mask.
Now, I walked in. I'm not scared. I just thought it would be impolite. I tried to sound calm. Yeah, right. Teddy chuckled again, completely unconvinced. We walked into the hall and started looking around. The house looked even creepier inside. The hallway was big, dark, with several staircases leading upstairs and down to the basement. The walls were covered in cracks. Old wallpaper was falling off. Everything was covered in dust and cobwebs. Teddy was full of joy. Wow, this is perfect. He walked around. Okay, so there will be a bowl with finger-shaped cookies and gum eyes. He pointed at a small coffee table, cracked down the middle. He stepped onto the staircase. In here, we'll put some jack-lanterns. He went downstairs, talking about what should be done for the party. His enthusiasm was contagious. I couldn't help but think that maybe the party wasn't such a bad idea after all. And in the basement, we'll put a plastic dead body surrounded by black roses and skulls. He kept on going. It'll be the witch's mausoleum. He opened the door, and we started looking for the light switch. The basement was dark and cold, almost freezing. The air was wet and smelled like rust and rotten wood. But you've missed one tiny detail, I said. How are we going to afford all that? The rent money, the decorations? Oh, I found the switch. I turned on the light and looked around. Both Teddy and I froze in horror. In the middle of the basement, on a big table, was lying the body of a young woman with a deep cut in her throat. A huge chopping axe was lying next to her.
Dang!
The walls were filled with human limbs and pieces of flesh, each wrapped in...
Oh, that's disgusting!
I remember that I couldn't move or say a word. The terror paralyzed me. I wanted to run away. Get the
No
hell
wonder
out of
why
this
her
place.
teeth be looking so messed up.
But I just couldn't. It felt like an eternity. The next thing I remember was the loud clap of the front door, followed by the sound of heavy steps. Someone was in the house. I looked at Teddy. He was almost crying with fear. The next second, I turned off the light, grabbed Teddy's hand, and rushed to hide under the table. The steps were coming closer and closer, moving slowly as if playing with us. Someone walked into the basement, turned on the light, walked past the table we were hiding under. We were barely breathing, terrified to reveal ourselves. Then, all of a sudden, Teddy hiccuped loudly and distinctly. I looked at him and whispered, "Run, now!" We ran into the hallway without turning back. I grabbed the front doorknob, thinking we were saved, but I was wrong. The door
She locked it.
We were trapped.
Boy.
Heavy steps were slowly coming from the basement. Before we could think of anything, a hideous-looking
look at
old woman appeared on the stairs. She was huge. Her hair was gray and greasy. There
That
were
ain't
scars on
Granny.
her face. Her eyes were dark.
That's
and
Granny. That's
she
Granny's
was holding
sister.
the axe, smiling viciously and somehow tenderly at the same time. Teddy and I exchanged terrified looks and rushed upstairs. We opened the very first door and ran inside. It was a regular bedroom with antique furniture. I shut the door and blocked the door handle with a heavy wooden chair. Teddy rushed to the window and ripped off several planks covering it.
Hey, hurry up! Hurry up! Hurry up!
The door. Hurry, I whispered. We rashly grabbed pieces of bed clothing and started knotting them together to create some sort of a rope. Bang,
Smart.
bang, bang. The axe was smashing into the door again and again, chopping the wood that separated us from the murderous woman. Teddy finished the rope and started climbing out of the window.
Are you hurry up and get out of there too?
The door creaked behind me. I turned around. The woman was standing there, smiling at me as she took a step closer. There were just a few steps between the two of us. I grabbed one.
Gotta do this one outside,
Big
leave.
wind up and threw it right at her face
Yeah.
as fast as I could. She howled like a wounded animal and covered her face with a hand. I guess I hit the eye. Go! yelled Teddy. I almost jumped out of the window and
Dude!
climbed down as fast as I could. We abandoned our bikes and ran for our lives straight to the police station. My dad was on duty. He listened to us in disbelief.
And that's where if
But
you
he
don't
did send
believe him,
several deputies to check out the mansion.
I swear if you don't
However,
believe him.
when they got there, the woman had already escaped, taking all the dead bodies with her. My dad never opened the case. He thought we were just making it all up to give me a good excuse for quitting my job before repaying him. But I knew it was real. I kept working as a newspaper boy for a while longer.
Easy Bib Plus lets you.
Alright guys, this is the last story. And tomorrow go to my third channel, FPTV Telegram 2.0. Then I'll be doing this story on it. So comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next one. Peace.